Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Abikela's View. My name is Abikela Makinde. On today's episode, I would like to talk about househelp. When you hear that word househelp, what comes to mind? Especially in a place like Lagos with all these things that we hear on social media and on the streets of Lagos about bad experiences, people's bad experiences. What comes to your mind when you hear about househelp? This and more is going to be our topic today as I'll be unpacking this with two amazing guests that will be joining me today. Please, before I go on, I want to say please don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and even like this video. And before I go on to introduce my guests, I want to talk to you about my experience with this particular house that I had. I'm not going to summarize it for you. This girl, her name, let's just call her M, when she came, my spirit was not just aligning well with her, but I hired her anyway because I was stressed. At the end of the day, with all that shall happen, she can pass for somebody I would call a scammer because she came up with these cock and bull stories to just scam me of my little change and in the name of having issues with her son and all of that. So at the end of the day, this girl never left Lagos. And that experience really got me thinking of how how deceitful some of these people can be. But I also can tell you they are beautiful outside. They are good ones. Like the current one I have right now, sort of make my life a little bit easier than it used to be before, and I'm so thankful for that. So now I'm going to introduce my guest to you. And please, before I do that, I want to remind you that you can share your comments, you can share your experiences with us via the comment section. If you know you've had any experience, bad, beautiful, ugly experience, whatever it is, I would like to read it via comment section. Please don't forget. And I'm going to go on a short break. When I come back, I'll introduce my guest. Please stay with me. Welcome back. Before the break, I was telling you about my guests, and now they are here. Welcome to the show, Kike, and welcome to the show, Ada. So today we are talking on the topic househelp, and I would like to know from you guys. You guys are working moms, right? So I would like to know from you guys when you started having househelp, and when you hear that word househelp, what comes to mind? You first.
So basically, I started having house help about 10 years ago when I had my son.
Okay.
And of course, it was imperative for me as a working mom, to have somebody in the house who would help with chores and all of that, and somebody who would also be able to take care of the baby when I'm away at work.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like a nanny, nanny house help arrangement, not just a house help. So for me, when I hear the word house help, it comes to me like someone who's supposed to be assisting with the chores in the house, domestic activities basically in the house, cleaning, taking care of the baby, and all that. So that's what it comes to me as when I hear the word house help.
Please may I hear from you. When did you start having househelp, and when you hear the word househelp, what comes to
Like the word signifies house help, someone that helps in the house. And like Kike said, she started having help when she started having kids.
mind?
Same applies to me. When I was married to my husband, initially I didn't have a need for help. So I would actually do my chores myself. I would manage my husband myself.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started having kids, due to the kind of job I do, I saw the need to have one, and then I got one. Initially, I used to drop the kids in the crèche very, well, I wasn't meeting up with the crèche timeline.
Especially because of Lagos traffic.
Yes, I wasn't meeting up with and that made it very imperative that I get one. So I just had to get one for the kids. So like somebody manages the kids after bedtime.
Mm. So far, based on your experiences with househelp, what would you say your experiences have been, good or bad? Would you recommend househelp for anybody, to anybody, based on your experiences? And I would like to hear what your experience has been. Have you ever had any ugly experience or any experience that is not favorable in any form or way?
Okay, so I'd say I've enjoyed the good, the bad, and the ugly part of having a house help. I've had really good experiences with a couple of them. I think about that that would put me in the position to say, yes, we have the good, we have the bad, we have the ugly. I mean, if you're lucky to have a good one, good for you. And if you're not so fortunate to have a very good house help or nanny, who's there to make you have that peace of mind that you want. I mean, it's affordable, but it can swing anyway. There's no perfect house help.
Yes. So, what is it for you?
If you were to advise someone with respect to whether to take you,
No, before the advice part, have you ever had any bad experience with your house help?
yes, I've had good experiences, I've had bad experiences. I've had one of the help that stole from me. I've had a help that beat my kids. I do not beat you, so don't beat my kids. Yeah, so yes, that's been bad experience I've had. Or you're told to do something and you end up not doing that is very important and it's kind of detrimental. Yeah, so I've had a few of those bad experiences.
Yeah.
But experience of someone kidnapping a child, I've not had, and I don't pray to have any of those experiences. No, so just like in various phases of life or facets of life, we have different people who meet the good ones, you meet the bad ones, you meet the lazy ones, you meet the very hardworking ones, you meet the pretty ones, you meet the ones that are not so pretty, and all that. So just like life, they are the good, they're the bad ones. So that's the reason.
When you are picking your house help, how do you source or how do you get them? Personally, I get mine by through agents, and when I started having house help, I used to think that the agent have done all the background checks. I didn't know, then if they just send it over to me, I would say, may I have the forms and all of that. So then I was naive, I didn't know much about that. But for you, how do you pick your house help? Do you pick them through relatives or through agents? And if you are picking through agents, how do you verify the kind of person they are?
Okay, so I've had cases where I had to use agents. Yes, for some, I think for about 1 or 2, yes, it was good. And for others, I basically, my mom basically helps me because I realized that at some point when I was trying to get them by myself, without using an agent, because I mean, there are also downsides to also using these agents. Just like you said earlier, a lot of these agents don't even know anything about this children. They can't even vouch for these ladies, who are coming to work with you. So I needed somebody who was more experienced, who was more mature. So I had to bring my mom into the picture to help me look and assess this ladies, through the agents and through every other means that she possibly could. So I mean, I used agents and I also used my mom. Yes, basically.
What about you?
Okay, for my so far it's been through agents, or I've had where they come through the agents and they come back to me and say, I don't want to come through the agents anymore. Like I've had that experience many times.
Yes.
So it's more of maybe the agent is collecting too much money from me, or rather the money comes to me directly. But most of the time it's through agents. Even if I ask someone to help me, the person will be getting the person from an agent.
So how do you verify these things? How do you verify their background, that every information they are giving you are just authentic information? Especially in Nigeria when we don't have proper database, how do you really know? Because these people are coming to your home, they kind of, whether you believe it or not, they get to know things about you and you barely know anything about them except the fashion of it that they present to you. How do you confirm that all these things they have said to you are true?
It's just like, how do I know that the bread I'm eating is not poisonous? Let me say this in PG, not be severe bit.
Yes.
So it's follow your instincts, follow your intuition. So no matter what the agent says, you also do your own homework. The agent will probably say the person is of best behavior. The agent will refer someone to you and tell you the person is bad. The person will always paint a very good picture.
Because he wants his money.
Yeah, so the person is painting a good picture. What do you do? Definitely hold your own interviews. Like, okay, there was a time I would say, go and stay with grandma, go and stay with my mom, and let my mom do the check because you know how moms are. Yes. And then it got to a point that let me run this thing. If I can, if I have the help of my spouse, he will also help me do some certain checks. Let's do this together.
Yeah.
Yes, meet the person, interview the person, and then make a decision. But following intuition. So if your mind is telling you that this person is good to do it, follow your intuition. Let your mind tell you.
You know, it's interesting that you talked about intuition because before now, whenever I wanted to get house help, it's probably because I was feeling so frustrated from going to work at the time, going to school, then coming back and taking care of my baby and all of that. So my husband feeling so overwhelmed, or even me nagging at him at every slight mistake, and he would just be so tired of it and say, please get somebody. And when we see that person, we say, please don't even tell me I'm not hiring this person, get this person. And oftentimes, my intuition will tell me no. No, this person is not right. But because my husband was tired of my shenanigans, I will just go for it. At the end of the day, the person will not be the right fit. So it's interesting that you talked about that intuition. So basically, you are saying follow your instinct because since I started following my instinct, I can assure you, I've been getting it right. You know. So I please, guys, please, what she's saying is this: when you are getting a house help, it's not enough for you to the person to tell you all you wanted to hear. Also look into your spirit, that silent voice that will tell you when something is right. Listen to it and follow what it says to you. So now let me ask this question. You know, there are so many stories about house help on social media, and some of those, if you go on comment section on social media, you will see people telling you about how to treat ourselves, and they will say, oh, this person is evil to that woman because the woman probably was not treating her right, and she must have been doing some evil things to her before she could before the house help sedated and all of that. And I said to myself, I don't think it's all true in all cases. What do you think? Because for me, from my experiences, I think no matter what it is that you do for house help, the one that is bad. The one that is not the right fit is not right fit, no matter what you do. Do you agree with that? And what was your view about that?
Well, first of all, I'd say as an individual, my part of my personal belief is this: do to others what you have them do to you. I am not of the opinion that my house help or my domestic help or my nanny should be treated any less than I would treat myself or that I would treat my siblings or my children. You know, it's not to say that we don't have some of them who are just, naturally, wicked, they're just mean, they just have evil intentions towards you. But I mean, truth of the matter is we cannot say that, oh, because of this you would now stop being the good person that you are, or you start maltreating, other people, which you really should not do. Do you understand? So I would say that it's there's no hard and fast rule to it. Do the best you can do. You understand? Whoever doesn't have a good intention towards you, eventually you will know. You understand? That is why, just like you said earlier, your intuition, the very first few days, very first few weeks that the person is with you, pay attention to even the smallest things. You can actually get your message from it. Don't just relax. There are a lot of us. I would not blame some women. The stress that women go through is so much. You probably have to be up by 4 a.m. You have to hit Lagos traffic. You have to be at work before 8 a.m. You probably don't close till 6 p.m. When you're getting back home, you're exhausted, you're tired. Things you're probably supposed to pay attention to or look at, you don't have the
Time or the energy.
You don't have the time. I mean, by the time you're getting home at say maybe 8, 9 p.m., everybody's ready to go to bed.
And let's not forget the other parts of our job.
Yes.
The bedroom.
Yes.
Because you still have to take care of that part.
Exactly. And how do you study this person? So that's why, some things go on for so long and then you don't get to know. So I mean we can't particularly blame the women, so much. I'm not saying that, we don't have our fault or whatever it is, but because of the environment that we have found out, because of the circumstances that we have found ourselves in, we are, quick to, relaxing earlier than we should when we get this domestic health. So I think that we should just put in the effort to, pay attention to them. The first few days, you already can begin to see traits, you already can begin to see little characters that this person is exhibiting, and then you can tell if this person is like this or this person, is capable of doing something like this. So basically, I would say that don't say because house helps are wicked, You just have that mindset, or you just have that bias in that, or house help are mean, so by default I should be mean to them, I shouldn't give them any opportunity, to maybe be comfortable in the house. No, don't do that. Do your own part. Do you understand? Do your own part, because the truth of the matter is you're leaving this person, you're leaving your child with this person. You're leaving this person with your personal properties, with your person. You are leaving this person, probably in care of the food you want to eat. We've had cases where you see households poisoning their bosses, or poisoning children. You don't want to be in this kind of situation. So in as much as they are already like practically dangerous already, don't make it worse for yourself.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what you should pay attention to. You understand? But also do that which you know that deep down in you. If you look deep down into it, you know that my conscience is clear. Yes, and I've done my best for this person.
But let me say this. I've had ourselves that, of course, from my introduction earlier, I was talking about this house of mine, of course, that did think came in my own opinion, because she played me, and I fell into her manipulative, what is it called, manipulative trap. But this is the thing. Something changed in me after that experience. Usually, I'm more relaxed with myself. I ask them about their life. Of course, then I would like to know about their parents. Sometimes I would like to even help in anything I can. Sometimes I want to enroll them in learning a trade or craft or whatever. But after that, something changed. I stopped asking those questions. I will make sure I take care of you, do my part, and take care of you, feed you, pay you, flyer, and all of that. Do you think, as a human, that it's possible for you to remain the same after going through unpleasant situation? In this case, now house help that didn't treat you, give you back the kind of kindness that you are giving to them? Do you think it's normal? Do you think is what's the word? That do you think it's possible for a human to remain the same, or do you think it's possible something click, change, just like my own experience?
Okay, so I would say that yeah, you get wiser as we go on. And like some people meet drivers on the road and they say all drivers sit down to drink and they are all drunks with the way they drive, but not necessarily all. So I would say you can't for if you experience you've had, judge them all and say they're all under the same category. That would be unfair. So I would say it's good you give people chances, like be open. They say if you close your hand, you will not know when the good one will come. So as much as you want to have your observations, you also give room for, don't condemn people before you know them. That's just it. So you've had a bad experience doesn't mean you should shut down. When you actually do need this help, if you shut down, you're killing yourself, because if you're under pressure, your husband is under pressure, the house will be hot.
Yes.
As it is. So you don't need that kind of undue pressure. You don't need, if you can help it and you can get the help, please do. And then don't judge people. Like follow your intuition. If your mind is telling you something is not right, listen to it. Take a second look, and then with, just like you would not, because somebody is made a drunk driver, all drivers are drunk. You never bad, give other people a chance. You just might be the right one.
Yes, because after the last house help I had left, I decided I was not going to have house help. I thought I was going to do it myself. That was when I realized that house help for me oftentimes are relief more than stress. Especially when the right person walks into your home. Do you understand? But when this last person left, immediately she left, I felt this calmness in my home. I felt like, when you switch on a gen and switch it off, that first silence that comes with that was what I was feeling. I felt that for a period. I'm still feeling it right now. However, I thought I could do it all. I would go to work, do the school run, do everything, come back home, take care of home, do everything a wife is supposed to do. And there is this particular, and my husband kept saying, I have to get the help. And kept saying no. So this time, the last time, what happened when I got this current person, sorry, and I almost passed out when I came back from work. My baby was needing my attention. I was tired. I couldn't even raise a finger. And all of the other points, I said I was going to listen to my husband. and I called for help. And when she came, truly, since she came out, I have not had any reason to regret that she's here. So for some women out there that say they never have house help, they are not interested in house help, what do you advise? How do you advise they go about it in making sure they keep their sanity? Because in this Lagos, driving through the traffic, doing all of that and coming back home like we talked about earlier, I don't even know how they are coping because I almost ran mad. The thing was killing me. I couldn't handle it. What do you advise them to look out for when they are trying to get the correct or the right house set that is fit for their home?
Okay, so if you don't need the help, don't get one. If you think you can handle it and do it. Because when people quarrel, it's because of pressure. Pressure comes from different places. So if you think you can manage your home without the help, why not? I was with my husband, and there will usually be break periods between one maid and the other. And then most times you see us say, "Mommy, are you available? Can we drop the kids with you?" And say for, and when you can't, if you don't have a supportive spouse, a domestic spouse that can actually like help, you become pressured. And then your home is not the same because every little thing you're touchy about. So if you don't need a help, don't get one. If you do need help, please get. Some people will tell you come with your relatives. If that works for you, you don't need a house help and your relative is good enough to get in class, do so. If you think you need help and can't get a relative, get a help. Don't give yourself the stress that will begin to affect your marriage because you see lots of marriage. Quarrel today, you did not put the toothpaste where it should be. The floor is wet and you did not clean it. So you don't
and all of those problems you avoid it, you have somebody that is helping you.
So if you need one, get one. If you don't need one.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I totally agree with that. I mean, I haven't had a house help in 2 years. I for about the last 3 experiences I had with my house help. So I just gave up and you know what, I'm not going down this road anymore. My kids are grown up enough to at least do basic chores in the house, take care of themselves. So what I do is look, I do what I can. I go to work. I have to be up at 4:45 a.m. every day. I probably don't go to bed till about 12 midnight. I'm stressed up enough as it is. So I'll do what I can do. What I can't do, I probably leave it till the weekend. Whatever I can't do over the weekend, if I need the weekend to rest, I will rest. Whatever I can do, I can do. Whatever I can't do, I leave it. Whatever the kids can help me with, yes, they help me with it, we do together. So by all means, if you really need it, get one. Do it the right way. But if you don't need it, you're good to go.
So just having people condemn people for getting help is till you wear the shoe. That's when you know it is.
I agree. I've experienced all of
through like certain journeys, and then or you get home or you get to the school late every other day. These teachers are calling you out. Madam, your baby is always in class. Madam, your baby is always in class. Or your baby is crying, Mommy, I'm hungry. And probably you had lunch, the lunch is finished, or the lunch is not the lunch anymore. That begins to put unnecessary pressure on the marriage. And the whole essence of all of this help and help is so you can at least have some time for yourself. Healthy for you. Yes.
And it's healthy for your own marriage.
It's not compulsory. If you think you can handle it, you might be a CEO, you own your own business, you call your own shots. But in this current situation, this current country, people want working moms. People want Madam, bring something. Yes, your 5 naira. Bring it to the table. So if you want a working mom, you should be able to accommodate help. Not necessarily a household. Relative help. Get help. Yes. You can't do it alone. Or a non-supportive spouse. That one works.
African setting. So what do you recommend? Stay in house help or go and come out? I don't know why I keep calling it go and come out. I don't know what else to call it. But stay in house help or stay out house help. Which one would you prefer if you have to choose?
Because of the kind of work I do. Okay, so initially when I wanted to get help, I was like, any which way would switch from home. But I got stay home helps and it's been very convenient. My journey from my house to my office has 95% of the time has been very far. Where I work is a bit very far from where I stay. So I've had experiences of getting home late and they're calling me out. I don't want that experience. I'd rather I have someone
staying at home. And what about you? Which one would you?
I'd rather somebody who stays at home. That I want to have a house. I'd rather someone who stays at home because it's much more convenient. I mean, there are days when you probably will be running really late. You don't have to be worried about, oh, this person has to leave. How am I going to get home in time, to be with the kids? Or what do I need to do? Or I have all of this to do. If somebody is at home, okay, there's somebody at home, all your thoughts, are in one place, and then you're able to organize yourself better. So I think I would prefer a living help online.
I actually agree. I think if you can't control your own time, get a living help. In my own case, my house self comes and go. This current one, and she resumes by 7 and closes by 7. And I wake up 5 a.m. every day to cook. Sometimes I'm almost done with the food before she walks in. It's not exactly easy because I'm still stressing out. But the aspect of it that I'm enjoying is that she will take care of everything from cleaning all the dishes and all of that, even making sure the whole house is tidy before I come back. So that is what I'm enjoying.
Just in addition, so why I would say staying nanny is pretty nice is because I've had situations where you get to wait for the nanny to come in and the person has not resolved it. So that gets you how many queries do you want to get at work for you to pursue? Like, the person came in late.
Yeah.
It means you're going to be late.
That was why I said
So
if you can
really
control
nice.
your time. For me, I can control my time. My staff, of course, they will be in the office before I actually get there. Everything is going on. So I don't try. And actually, I do my own school when I take care of my child myself. Not because I'm a superwoman, but because I control my time. I can decide when to leave the work and I can decide when to get there. As long as it's before 10 a.m. So I do all of that. So now that brings me to this question. House a relief or a scourge? How do you feel? What emotion do you feel when you hear house or based on your experience? What emotion do you feel when it comes to house? You go.
Okay, so it's dicey. Like I said earlier, I've had good experience, I've had bad experience, I've had a good experience. I've had friends and family, friends who also had really bad experience. And by the time you really look at it, they can either be a blessing or they can be a scourge. That's the truth of the matter. It depends on who you get at the end of the day. So one different strokes for different folks depending on who you get. You understand? So yes, they can be a blessing, and yes, they can also be a scourge.
So talk to me.
When the help is no longer a house help but becomes a house stress, please
Let them go.
yes, let the person go. Let the person go. So yes, so house help should be house help. If it's not house help,
And house help she needs relief. Not
yes, that's right.
Because if you are bringing anything to put this house help, domestic help, you are here to make my life easier, and in return, I'm going to also make your life easier in the way you are expecting. I mean, comfortable as much as I can.
Yes.
And I really appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you so much for coming, and I had so much fun here today. Thank you so much for watching today's episode as you heard. Please, by all means, make sure you get the house help if you are feeling so stressed at home. You don't need additional pressure from this Lagos stress, especially when you live in Lagos. Allow your intuition to guide you. Don't just jump in any house help that come up your way. Don't just hire anybody you see in the name of house help. Speak to your spirit. Allow your spirit to guide you. Thank you for watching today's episode. My name is Ada and Kike. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.